They say the first $100,000 is the hardest, and they're right. Because before you reach it, your money barely moves. You work, you save, but it feels like nothing changes. Then one day, everything shifts. Your money starts growing faster than you do, and suddenly, your net worth begins to explode. For most people, the first $100,000 feels like climbing a mountain with no end in sight. You save, you invest, and yet, the numbers barely move. Why? Because early on, it's not your money doing the work, it's you. You trade time for income, cut expenses, maybe skip dinners out. But the returns? They're small. A 10% gain on $1,000 is just $100. It's progress, but it doesn't feel like momentum. Now imagine this. You're pushing a snowball up a hill. It's small, heavy, and slow. Every inch takes effort. That's your first $10,000, then $20,000. Each step is real work, and each dollar saved is a building block. But here's the twist. The higher you climb, the more gravity starts working in your favor. Because with every extra dollar, compounding gets stronger. And once you reach $100,000, the snowball starts rolling downhill. But to get there, you need more than patience. You need a plan. And it starts with 3 levers: offense, defense, and efficiency. And if you value stories that reveal how money really works, hit like and subscribe. It really helps us grow and bring you more clear, practical content to boost your wealth. The first lever is offense, your ability to earn more money. Because let's be honest, it's hard to save what you don't earn. If your income is low, your financial engine runs in first gear. But every extra dollar you bring in, it's fuel for your snowball. Want to speed things up? Ask for a raise. Pick up freelance work after hours. Flip used furniture. Sell skills, coding, writing, editing, tutoring. Anything that puts more money in your pocket adds weight to your momentum. Think of income like a faucet. Turn it up and more water flows into your bucket faster. The earlier you turn that faucet wide open, the sooner your net worth starts to build pressure. And it's not just about big career moves. Sometimes it's small wins, negotiating a better salary, switching to a higher paying role, learning a marketable skill that compounds over time. Because when your offense improves, your timeline to $100,000 shrinks. But earning more is only half the battle. If your money leaks out just as fast, you're stuck in place. That's where defense comes in. Offense builds your income, but defense protects it. And this is where most people lose the game. Because what's the point of earning more if every dollar slips through your fingers? The key is simple. Spend less than you make and know exactly where your money goes. That doesn't mean living like a monk. It means cutting the fat without cutting your life. Used car instead of new. Home brewed coffee instead of $6 lattes. Cooking at home 3 nights a week. Tracking your monthly expenses. These aren't sacrifices. They're choices. And every smart choice adds another brick to your financial foundation. Studies of real millionaires, not celebrities, not CEOs, show a common pattern. They live below their means. They budget. They avoid lifestyle inflation. It's not glamorous, but it works. Think of spending like a leak in a pipe. Patch the holes, and the water starts to rise. Ignore them, and no amount of income will save you. Now imagine combining offense and defense. You earn more. You keep more. But there's one more lever. The one that makes your money grow while you sleep. It's called efficiency. Efficiency is where your money starts to work smarter, not just harder. It's about getting the most from every dollar you save. Because saving alone isn't enough. Where you put your money matters. Let's start with taxes. Every dollar you shelter from taxes is a dollar that compounds faster. Use tax-advantaged accounts. 401ks, Roth IRAs, HSAs. They aren't just savings vehicles, they're growth accelerators. Next, avoid low-interest traps. That checking account paying 0.01%? It's a parking lot. Move that money to a high-yield savings account, 4% or more, and it starts doing something useful. On $10,000, that's the difference between earning $1 and earning $400 a year. Then there's fees. A 1% mutual fund fee might sound small, but over 30 years, it can drain 6 figures from your net worth. Stick to low-cost index funds. They outperform most active managers and cost a fraction. Efficiency is also about automation. Set up automatic transfers right after payday. That way, you invest before you're tempted to spend. And always remember, time is the most powerful multiplier of all. Start early, even with small amounts, and the curve begins to bend in your favor. Put all three levers together, offense, defense, and efficiency, and something incredible happens. The climb to $100,000, once slow and painful, starts to accelerate. So, what actually changes after you reach $100,000? The math. At $10,000, a 10% return earns you $1,000. Nice, but not life-changing. At $100,000, that same 10% earns you $10,000. And you didn't lift a finger. Same effort, same investment. 10 times the result. It's the point where compound interest stops being theory and starts becoming real. Now the snowball isn't just moving. It's rolling downhill, faster and heavier. Each new dollar earns more than the last. Returns build on returns. Growth starts to look exponential. Even your timeline shifts. Reaching your first $100,000 might take 7 or 8 years. The second, maybe 5. The third, under 4. And once you break into 7 figures, your money can grow more in 1 year than you saved in your entire 20s. It's not magic, it's math plus momentum. And that's why so many people feel like wealth is impossible when they're starting out, but effortless after that first milestone. But hitting $100,000 isn't just about numbers, it's about systems. So how do you actually get there, faster and smarter? Let's break it down. If you want to hit $100,000 faster, you need more than motivation. You need a plan. Here's a simple 3-step strategy anyone can follow. Step 1. Know your gap. Write down your after-tax income and core living costs. The difference, your monthly surplus, is the fuel for your snowball. If the gap is small, attack both sides. Earn more, spend less, until that monthly surplus feels real. Step 2. Use smart buckets. Put your surplus into places that work for you. Grab your employer's 401k match, max out a Roth IRA if you can. Invest in broad market index funds. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield emergency fund. These aren't just good habits, they're compounding engines. Step 3. Raise the game over time. Every quarter, step back and review. Can you negotiate a raise? Cancel unused subscriptions? Shop around for cheaper insurance? Sell clutter around the house? The idea is simple. Make small moves that speed up your timeline. And here's the proof. At $10,000 saved per year with 7% growth, you hit $100,000 in around 8 years. But increase that to $15,000, and you'll get there in just over 5. Every improvement counts. And once you get there, once you see 6 figures in your account, everything starts to feel different. Not just financially, but mentally. Because now you've proven something powerful. You can build wealth. Crossing the $100,000 mark doesn't just change your finances, it changes you. You stop thinking in hours worked and start thinking in dollars earned while you sleep. You see your money as employees, tiny workers compounding day and night, building freedom brick by brick. And the mindset shift is real. You're no longer chasing money. You're building systems that attract it. You make choices differently. A $50 impulse buy isn't just $50. It's future growth lost. A side gig isn't just extra cash. It's a time machine to reach your next goal sooner. You start asking smarter questions. Is this helping or slowing my snowball? Am I building something or burning it? And over time, you realize wealth isn't about luck. It's about leverage, patience, and discipline. But don't wait until you have 6 figures to think like someone who does. Because the earlier you adopt this mindset, the sooner the curve begins to bend. So why does your net worth seem to explode after $100,000? Because that's the point where math meets momentum, where compound interest finally outweighs daily effort, where systems, habits, and time start to pay you back with interest. Most people never reach that point. Not because they can't, but because they never push through the slow, quiet part at the beginning. They give up before the snowball gains speed, before the orchard bears fruit, before the graph turns upward, but you don't have to. Start now. Earn more. Spend less. Invest smarter. Use offense, defense, and efficiency. Together, protect your gains. Respect your time. And remember, it's not about brilliance. It's about starting and staying consistent. Because every dollar you save today is a silent worker that never clocks out. If you want to build real wealth, not overnight, but for life, subscribe for more stories that show you how money really works. Like the video if this helped clarify the path, and tell us in the comments, what's your biggest challenge on the way to $100,000? Let's make this a space for real strategy, not just motivation.